Hello, hello, hello. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to you, wherever you are, whatever time it is when you listen to this. Welcome to my channel. All right, so um basically, right, Destiny Path 7, right? The way that you calculate your destiny path is through you take all of the letters of your name, you assign them a number, and then you get the sum total of it, and that's the number. Right? You got to reduce it down, or you add it up until it gets down to just one single number. The way that you find out the number that's associated with the letter is at the top of the page, you write 1 through 9, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then you assign a number to a letter. So 1 would be A, 2 would be B, 3 would be C, and so on and so forth. All right? Okay. So, of course, not all readings are going to resonate with everyone. If it doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. That is okay. That simply means that this reading isn't for you, all right? And if it don't fit, don't force it, okay? If it does, don't ignore it. All right. So, Destiny Path, Destiny Path 7. Y'all had some cards come out right off the bat, right? Four of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles reversed. What it is to hold on to a bad investment or what it is to hold on to seeds. 4 years of bad investments and illusions. Okay, so Destiny Path 7. Illusions or opportunities, options. Not being victorious. Not being victorious, the egotism. Some of it will be about the egotism of having options. And when you hold on to bad investments, yeah, it's one of those like I could turn it around, I could turn it around, I could turn it around. You need to, and the other portion of 7, right? The number 7 has a lot of different meanings and connotations, but in regards to this, right? Ultimately, what is given is yeah, because this cloak dude, he got him jumping out, and this is in the spiritual contract. So pay attention to the spiritual contracts it is that you would have associated yourself with out of egotism and within, in short, and not being policed. Not being policed, or something about not being policy in regards to abuse, right? Abuse, this King of Wands reverse, right? If you're an alchemist, right, this will be about what will be coming in, right? Some victories that will be coming in. But in regards to, uh, as it's showing, right, you need to pay attention to your spirit, what your spirit is telling you versus what it is you know. Okay? Because what it is you know, what you know to be so. Part one, part two. And that was 333 when I was it 33 no. Yeah, no, it's 323. So in short, pay attention to what you constitute as angel numbers. See, everybody likes to use those consecutive angel numbers because it takes too much time to think on what the other ones would possibly mean and calculate, right? So, higher order functioning, yeah, you got to pay attention to that portion just as much as with those single, like 333, 444, 555. Pay attention to a lot of it because some of the other stuff it is that I'm getting, okay, some of the other stuff it is that I'm getting from it is that there will be mediumship, someone who would have passed away around you. They'll communicate, and those constitute as angel numbers as well. So you got that in regards to abuse. Some of this stuff is going to be about an ex general and overall essence of Venus. Some shit is some. Some stuff would have went on during, or some things going on in your heart. Destiny Path 7 in your heart and in Venus, and how it is that you will anchor it. One of the things that I already noticed so far is there's not a lot of everything that's been anchored has been a bad investment, or everything it is that you would have been holding on to is a bad investment. Destiny Path 7, baby, I'm gonna need you to do okay. The way that you do better in regards to this is because some of it is gonna be about root work, some of it's gonna be about, and when I say root work, I don't necessarily mean only the aspect of of a person doing root work on you. The best way to counteract it, if you're on the highest vibration, is to look inside you and see how it is they even connected to your ass. Friend, ass friend. You two ain't gonna ever let me talk. I'm sorry, y'all. So pay that some attention. Because in the knowing more aspect, right? Destiny past seven. The seven, the number seven is considered one of those divine prime numbers, right along with the number three, right? And realistically, it's about that whole balancing situation that'll come into place, and how it will be that one cup that's set apart to look at it. And the other portion of it is if you get multiple cups poured into one. Some of this is given like mixologists and bartending, within there being this influence of what one how the level of naivety that will come within an offer being within an offer. How one wouldn't know what the offer is. That's kind of what that's given. And in the new beginning, what happens in the offering. Okay, this has been coming to me since I stopped doing those other readings, but it's coming out right now. Destiny Path 7. One of the things it is that is a wisdom that gets passed down is whatever you did to get the person, you're gonna have to do it to keep the person. So if you did some fuck cry, right? That'll be what you have to do, and it's gonna be up to you, even in regards to this knowing, within this knowing more and this zero aspect of the supernatural gifts and things of that nature that can and will come into place, and one wouldn't have communicated. Not emailing, text messaging. Some of it's gonna be about incoming emails and text messages if you're in that alchemical aspect. If you're not an alchemist, that's not a bad thing. It just means that you got a few things it is that you will have to learn in order to shift and change things to within for yourself. Okay, Destiny Path 7, especially in regards to love or February, right? But it's giving love, right? In short, when you don't know about love or what you do or don't know in regards to love, right? Overall essence of Queen of Swords, how one will be direct. Okay, it's coming. Okay, so Destiny Path 7. One of the things that people have a tendency to fail to forget, unfortunately, right, is in love, boundaries are set. A person who tells you what their boundaries are, they love you, whether you acknowledge it or not, because they're telling you that because they want you to be able to come around more often. If you shift the perspective into that aspect, then it'll make it a whole lot better than if you just keep it as, yeah, or yeah, because here's the deal: they want you to come around more often, or they just want you to stay alive. I'm so very serious because certain I haven't seen it come out yet, but yeah, the tower, the influence of the tower, 2 months of the tower, or the love of the tower, and how one would love to shake things up in regards to being direct. Okay, I typically don't call out a bunch of signs and things of that nature, but during these readings, but we got Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or the feeling that's associated, right? Because when you're in that seven essence, that's the it's like you will feel like it's over before it's actually over. That's why we talk about like 7 year itch and I don't or 7 year cycles, all of that type of stuff. And how the planets are gonna be doing their little thing and going retrograde whenever they feel like it for real, because they're not on that same set schedule, because we've shifted from that age of Pisces to the age of Aquarius, where everything is a technically, and you can't make it look like you want it to look. It is what it is. And if it's a full on Monet, then it's a Monet. If you don't know what a Monet is, it's a type of painting, right? Looks real good from far, right? But when you get up close to it, it don't look all that pretty. Okay, so pay that some attention too. No, cause now I'm hearing now I'm hearing that saying that Jennifer Lewis had. if you sit in shit too long, you ignore the fact that it stinks. Come out of the shit. Basically is what com- basically is what that boils down to. So there's that portion, but it's also the intelligence that comes into place for you balancing what it is that will be going on a humanitarian scale as according to how you view your worldview, your position in the world. Destiny Pass 7, you really, what I'm noticing is you really need to pay attention to what it is you buried. Yeah, what it is that you would have buried. What did you bury? I'm saying Berry, Bury, but I'm seeing Berry, Berry. Is that a food thing? Did somebody make somebody a pie? A special pie? Oh my goodness. The wisdom that comes into place with trust. The wisdom that comes into place with trust. Destiny Pass 7. And whether or not you're very trusting in this whole the horse aspect within accepting help from another and delegating authority. It's coming to me, so I'm gonna say this: love, romantic love, is one of those things you were not supposed to delegate. That's the reason why there are 7 different categories for love. Destiny Pass 7. Okay, I'm hoping this helps you out a little bit. There because your romantic, yeah, it's this. I don't know what this is. The whole shit and where you eat situation is pretty much where this is kind of coming up at, right? But accepting help from another and delegating authority, and in short, certain things shouldn't be delegated. You could delegate who cleans your house. You know, you could delegate if you want to who raises your children. But one of the things that people have a lot of difficulty with, one minute they say they're with it, the next minute they say they don't. Thus, the poly relationship and the confusion that comes into place with them is one minute you okay with delegating your partner, and the next minute you not. You have to really sit and look inside yourself in that regard. And then the other portion of it is whether you have really paid attention to and your need to be needed if there's this shadow aspect that makes you feel this need to be needed. Where did it stem from in the creativity of what it is you would be manifesting so that you can and so that there can be generosity, and pay attention to where you would have first encountered these thought processes, because it's going to be with this Queen of Swords is given the difference between what you would have learned at home versus what you would have learned in school. When it for one group of people, whereas in another group of people is what you would have learned at home and what you would and how you would apply it at school. And then the other one, it'll be about what you would have learned at school and how you would apply it at home, right? So it's like 3 or 4 different groups of people that this is going to be pertaining to in regards to some of the different things. And the other portion of it is how you, as a Destiny Pass 7, how the tower moments, you would love the tower moments that come into place with one being sick, being bad health. That's the shadow aspect, having a sick lover. Sick lover, sick love of a mature man. How your sickness would love a mature man. No, because what it's given is like to how a thought process that one would have would be the reason why they would have an affinity for a particular person. It's saying mature man, but this doesn't have to necessarily be a man. It could be a man or a woman, right? Yeah, because it's one of those, okay, this proves my point. That would be the affinity for it. And then the overall essence of despair, house, unexpected income. mature man's house being unexpected income, the despair. Some of this that this is given is life, or not life path, destiny path 7. Pay attention to what it is you would have acquired in the shadow aspects. It's like how you would step into your shadow work, for instance, and you thinking you're healing something or you're leaving something behind, and the reality is you would have picked something up instead of leaving it behind. That's what that's given. Part one. Part two is it will also be that when you're looking to discard something, right, in yourself, pay attention to how it is that it should be discarded. Especially when it's pertaining to love. Yeah, because in a relationship, in a romantic relationship, uh, versus a business relationship, in either one of them, right, there has to be trust. There has to be trust. In the business aspect of this, right, pay attention to what's in what's in the trust, mm, and whether or not you wouldn't have put it in a trust. All right. The heart card. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform sexual union. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. In this sexual union, what it's given is what do you really constitute as sexual union? Sharing thoughts and things of that nature, does that constitute a sexual union? Or even in the physical aspect that comes into place with trusting what goes on in sexual unions, especially if you're picking up and putting down a whole bunch of different uh, seeds and people and bad investments. If you're looking at this for the love aspect, a bad investment would be somebody that you can't trust. And that goes for business as well. If you can't trust that a person gonna do what they supposed to for whatever reason, that would cause a problem. Okay? So I'm hoping it helps you guys out just a little bit, gave you a tad bit of an inclination as to what could be going on with you, give you a little bit of insight, all right? Because see, remember, light work, it ain't light work. It is not light work. It's not light work. And that's why you have to stay light while you work.